Turning now to your community focus. 2 hours before President Biden delivers his State of the Union address from the U.S. Capitol, former Cranston Mayor Steve Laffey will deliver his own speech, laying out his presidential platform from his home in Fort Collins, Colorado. The former Cranston Mayor joins us now live via Zoom. Thanks so much for your time.
Kim, it's great to be back on Channel 12. Sean Daly's gone, but Tony Petrarca's there.
That's
You're
right.
Still doing okay.
That's right,
him.
And we miss Sean too. So Mayor, 60 seconds or less, why should you be the next president of the United States?
Listen, I'm the only one with a financial background. I'm a Harvard Business School graduate, helped successfully run and sell a big financial firm. I'm a financial expert. I taught the top finance course at the University of Rhode Island. And we turned around my hometown in 3 years with the biggest turnaround in American history. So we have a financial problem. We have a financial disaster. And it's right there in front of us, by the way, for the people of Rhode Island, just like Cranston was as I got going. And I was right then, I'm right now. It's going to take a whole new generation of leaders because my party's not doing anything about it. And certainly what's happening at the State of the Union tonight is not going to be anything either to watch.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about Republican politics and what you think of them in just a moment, but I want to sort of address the elephant in the room. President is certainly a lofty goal for anyone, really, and a lot of people are saying, gosh, why is he tossing his hat in the ring for this office? You're set to challenge Donald Trump in the Republican primary, a man whose name has been part of the American lexicon for decades, certainly a lot of money behind him. Is this run to make a statement, to send a message, or do you think you really have a chance of winning?
I think I have a chance, but the biggest thing about this is to change the very nature of this debate, Kim. That's what has to happen in this country. We can't have people saying, quote, we're not going to touch Social Security like President Trump or Speaker McCarthy, and we just don't have solutions to problems. Our country hasn't directly confronted any problems since Clinton and Newt Gingrich got together.
Why not, though, make a run for Senate again or perhaps governor of Colorado, where you call home?
When I tell you this, listen to me very carefully, everybody. There is no time. It's Cranston in a macrocosm. What I predicted would happen and when I made the movie Fixing America is actually happening. It's happening now. In the 70s, we had a crisis. The Great Depression. Read your long wave theory. I've been right, and it better have someone who's been right about China, about the deficits, who made a movie about it, who's ready to go and is the prime of his health, who can handle this. I can handle the stress. So it's not a long shot. Look at the Daily Mail. Good Morning America is the lead story. So someone will break out. There'll be somebody new. I think it's going to be me.
All right, we've got about 30 seconds left. You've been fairly critical of your own party, and at times they've been pretty critical of you. Which current Republican elected official do you think is doing a good job right now?
The new congressman from NY22, Brandon Williams, just got elected. He's conservative, great guy, and I support him. It's far and few between because anybody who voted for the PPP program and the corruption, all Republicans except for 3 should really not be in office, quite frankly.
All right. Unfortunately, that is all at the time that we have.
That's okay.
You are the former Cranston mayor, but also a current Republican presidential candidate, the first presidential candidate we've interviewed here on the 4 o'clock news. I hope not the last. Steve Laffey, thanks so much for joining us.
And I miss you all in Rhode Island. Thank you so much, Kim.
You take care. I'm looking ahead to later this week when Stephen Pryor will join us to talk about his first week as Rhode Island's brand new housing secretary. That's coming up Thursday right here on 12 News Now at 4.